Meeting called to order at 7:02. Our first order of business will be roll call. President Bardwaj.
Present.
Vice President Odira. Present. Director of Administrative Affairs Pathak.
Present.
Director of Financial Affairs Salim.
Present.
Director of Government and Legal Affairs Gurley.
Present.
Director of Student Relations Williams.
Present.
Director of Foreign Outreach Upmore.
Present.
Director of Technology and Web Development Jory.
Present.
Vice Chair of Senate King.
Present.
Senator Wong. Excuse, Senator Carter.
Present.
Senator Todd.
Present.
Senator McNaughton.
Present.
Senator Weissmiller.
Present.
And Senator Medina.
Present.
All right. I entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Senator Medina.
Motion to approve agenda as presented.
Is there a second? Senator Carter.
I second.
All in favor. I'm just going to go through everyone's names to clarify who's in favor. As I call your name, you can say aye, nay, or abstain. So we'll start with Senator Carter.
Aye.
Senator Todd.
Aye.
Senator McNaughton.
Aye.
Senator Weissmiller.
Aye.
Senator Medina.
Aye.
All right. The agenda
Point of
is
order.
approved as presented.
Vice Chair Senate.
I'm so sorry. Vice Chair Senate King.
Aye.
Sorry. The agenda is approved as presented. I entertain a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes. Senator Carter.
I move to approve the previous meeting minutes.
Is there a second? Senator Medina? Yes, Senator Medina.
I second.
I will be going through everyone's name. Please feel free to say aye, nay, or abstain. Senator Carter.
Aye.
Senator Todd.
Aye.
Vice Chair Senate King.
Aye.
Senator McNaughton.
Aye.
Senator Weissmiller.
Aye.
Senator Medina.
Aye.
The previous meeting minutes have been approved as presented. We will now be moving on to officer reports. President Bardwaj.
You're muted, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. Apologize for that. Good evening, everybody. So I had a couple of emergency meetings regarding the pass-fail policy with Academic Affairs Advisory Committee, as well as Faculty Governing Council. Fortunately, we were able to come to a conclusion, and an email was sent out yesterday, and I was able to advocate to give students enough time as well to have a decision for their grades. I think that this is a great accomplishment, as well as it really helps all the students who have been affected through the COVID-19 situation. I think a few of the things that I was able to advocate for and also make a difference into what initial proposal for the policy was. So it is an option for students to be able to opt in who are not able to either get proper academic assistance due to lack of resources, mental health issues, or any such kind of issues, etc. However, it also gives an option to those who want their grades to be added to their cumulative due to jobs, employer bonuses, or grad school applications. I also had a bigger push I worked on was to give more time for students to decide how long they would have to opt in. Initially, the policy had set a 3-week or 2-week deadline. Upon advocating for it, the faculty council agreed, and the deadline was pushed to much later date when students will be able to know what their grades are. That is their final exams. And another email will be sent out from the provost's office upon having a consultation with all the academic advisors, and all the students are urged to talk to their academic advisors if they feel that they're not sure of what decision to make, whether to opt in to pass-fail policy or not. Upon and a different report, charters and USC are in progress to be presented to Senate. I'm waiting for an approval before we head towards the General Counsel with the advisor. So we will be hoping that by April 8th or April 1st, which will be a very short amount of date, that we're able to have some amount of decision or move forward with resolution that Director Growley is working on. I also had my meeting with the Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs as well as the Chancellor. This was also my final meeting of the semester. So most of the discussions included the final student government updates and all the accomplishments of our administration as well. Some of the key points regarding COVID-19 efforts were, so one, I was told that all the on-campus residents who applied to stay on campus were accepted. Their requests were accepted. So we have about 40 to 50 plus students living on campus right now. Isolation and quarantine measures are being taken place on campus and facilities as well. I urge the Chancellor to send a communication to student body explaining resources and steps being taken. I see that email was sent out today by Vice Chancellor Giordano. The email summarizes all the opportunities and resources that are still available, and that the university is still taking steps to help the students even though they're not on campus. So for temp workers on campus, there was another concern that was from student body, and I was able to talk and get some information. Temporary student workers still have access to the 80-hour bank, but they must consult their supervisors. An additional email and debriefing was sent out to all the supervisors, so they must have more information by now. I also advocated for mental health resources, online advising, and student support in future with COVID-19 efforts. While spring and summer semester classes have gone remote, I urge the Chancellor and the administration to keep students updated so that they have enough time to decide for their future needs or any assistance as spring and summer semester come closer and as we're still dealing with COVID-19 for now. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. In terms of my report, I've been working closely with Senate to find ways that we can continue helping students during this time of the COVID-19. We're working on a couple projects. We're hoping that next week we'll be able to get the ball rolling and particularly help out the students that are still on campus, our residential students. So we'll be working very closely with housing to make sure that we can support them the best we can. I've also been encouraging students to participate in Fire Pit and the other online competitions. Our university has been doing an awesome job trying to keep students involved and engaged even though we cannot be on campus. There are a bunch of competitions running from Student Government's Fire Pit where you can win an Amazon Kindle, a GoPro camera, and a Beats Pro speaker. There's also a competition being held by SIL, I believe, where if you wash your hands for 25 seconds, I think it is, or 20 seconds, and record a video, then post it, and you can get some likes. And if you get enough likes, you can win a pair of AirPods. So there are a bunch of competitions that are going on currently at our school in order to keep students still involved. So that is super exciting. And another thing that's pretty much my report. I'm sorry. And I now you look forward to Director of Administrative Affairs with that.
Hello everyone. In terms of my report, the roster is updated to the latest changes in the members of the student government. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. Director of Financial Affairs, Salim.
Hi, everyone. So for my report, I was able to attend the Senate meeting today regarding the charter. We had a discussion. I got to hear the feedback from the senators. I think it went pretty well. Other than that, I received yesterday the statement of activities for all the student government accounts from Mary at SIL. And I'm going to be updating our budget sheets, and they should be ready by the end of the month. Fire pit prizes have also been purchased, and they are in Mary's office. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. Director of Government and Legal Affairs, Curly.
All right, good evening, everybody. So most of the stuff that I'm about to say in my report, Nixit kind of already touched on in his, or President Bardawaj, excuse me. But the USC is being reviewed and gone over by the OGC as well as our advisor, Dr. Snyder. Updates will be reported on as they are provided to me so far. I have nothing back yet. It might take a few weeks with everything going on with COVID-19. I also presented the soft-board charter draft to the Senate at the Senate meeting that just took place, and went over that with all of the senators so they're aware. And also I've began drafting the resolution to pass the USC. So with that, I yield.
Thank you. Director of Student Relations, Williams.
So I've had a conversation with Picasso, with Will and Picasso about the questions that were left over, that remained in our question, comments, concern box from the Food and Housing Forum. And right now I'm just awaiting his response. I yield.
Thank you. Director of Foreign Outreach, Upmore.
Okay, can everyone see and hear me? I've been having some issues. Okay, perfect. So the Student Legal Service survey is completed, and it's ready to launch. However, we're gonna hold the date on when we're going to launch the survey just due to everything going on with COVID-19, and students being a little bit already overwhelmed, not wanting to kind of pile on their plates more. Regarding Chef, we do have an update. We have an official email account, and we'll be sending out a letter to all of our potential members, kind of talking them through what to do with COVID-19 regarding Chef, what we plan on doing. We have a tentative timeline, and then I will also make that available to anyone who wants to see it. So if you want it, please just email me and I can get that to you. I attended the Western Michigan University Western Student Association meeting today. Via Zoom, where I got to kind of get a grasp on what they're doing with COVID-19 and how they're handling it. I was going to go to CMU's, but didn't get the link in time. And then for the Students of Michigan Committee, we are waiting, looking at the bylaws currently to kind of see what the procedures are going to be, moving forward since all meetings are mandatory in person. And yeah, with that, I yield.
Thank you. Director of Technology and Web Development, Jory.
Hi. So this last week, I talked to Chief Hall regarding changes on campus. The last couple weeks, he had a lot of good things to say. I'll be making a post about it this week, and make sure you watch our social media pages for that. And we also posted the 2020-2021 student government recruitment flyer. That's also on our student government website and social media. The links to apply for senator or director positions can be found on there. Also, don't forget to vote for the next student government administration. That can be found, the deadline's midnight. It can be found on our website and social media as well. And Fire Pit can also be found there. And the deadline, again, has been extended to mid-April. Please send in your submissions. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. We will now be, sorry, we will now be moving on to advisory reports.
Good evening, everybody. So first, I'd like to say thank you to student government for being here tonight and for continuing its meetings and its representation and advocacy for students. These are unprecedented times in higher education in our country and in our world. And I am grateful for your commitment as students to continue to move forward and best help our students as we navigate this new online environment. All of you know this week the governor issued the executive order, Stay Home and Stay Safe, which has really put the institution in a position not to have staff on campus. And so all of our departments are trying to provide support to students remotely. And so if students still need services from registrar to tutoring to counseling or disability services, you can still access all those departments remotely and online. You can call their main lines and those voicemails are being checked every 30 minutes or those phones are being redirected to a remote location. So please don't hesitate to reach out if there's something that you may need that the university can help with. We sincerely hope you'll either find us or find a student government representative who can represent your concern. A couple other pieces. Want to reiterate what Logan had to say. Vote, vote, vote. You have until midnight, so please vote for next year's student government election. And I think that's it. With that, I yield.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Vice Chair of Senate King.
Hello, everyone. So for the past week, I just reviewed the charters and the for the SOP board and the soft board. No, wait, it's the same thing. I'm sorry. The funding board charter, the Students Organization and Partnership Board, and the USC. Did all that and got some good feedback. There you go.
Thank you. We will now be moving on to gender reports. If there are any gender reports, please either raise your hand or speak up now.
Senator Carter here. I have a report regarding my caucus for the charging stations on campus. I've reached out to the representative of the company I've been speaking to and got the final picture of what they will be looking like, and I have reached out to Mary as to how to proceed with ordering those, and hopefully the order will be placed soon. I yield.
Thank you. Are there any other gender reports? If there are, please start speaking now, as I may not be able to see you on the screen. All right, as there are no more gender reports, we will now be moving on to Director Committee reports. Are there any Director Committee reports? As I may not be able to see your hand, please just start speaking. Okay, as there are no Director Committee reports, we will now be moving on to University Committee reports. Are there any University Committee reports?
Right here, Don. So I heard from Parking Committee. Our meeting was supposed to be this Friday, but Parking Committee has been canceled. So, and there's no plan of rescheduling for now. So, just thought I'd update.
Thank you for that. Are there any other university committee reports? Director
Hello.
William.
So I was supposed to have attended the faculty concerns committee, student concerns committee, um, and nobody in the committee, they decided the time. They sent out a poll about different times, and I wasn't updated on what the time was, so unfortunately I didn't make it to the meeting. I'll definitely be in the one in April. Um, but also the other committee, which is the food den committee's last meeting was canceled. That was supposed to be this week on Tuesday. I yield.
Thank you. Are there any other university committee reports? President Bartosz.
Hello, everybody. The Academic Affairs Advisory AAAC met again this week. So the committee continued to take a look at the School of Technology proposal and shared its comments and concerns. Overall, generally, the committee and faculty from all the departments have agreed with the proposal. However, a few minor questions regarding the enrollment and data statistics to support the new school through already existing resources was brought up. What this generally means is while we are looking at these new programs that I will list soon, increasing the enrollment, there were a few concerns that the enrollment might shift from already existing programs. So to introduce mechanisms in such academic environment are important. Something that the proposal refers to is called as Industry 4.0, a phrase describing the needs of modern industry. And this includes smart manufacturing, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and key course programs that the School of Technology is planning to bring on campus. And since the modern industry is majorly getting most of its sources, the curricular of these proposed academic courses will be quite different than College of Arts and Sciences and how already existing programs work. The committee also discussed of how the resources from the university should be used. However, the design of the curricular for these programs should be independent because it is a very different field, and it's and chancellor's idea to also meet what Governor Whitmer has said in their state address, increasing the amount of student graduates in these particular industries. And to meet those goals, it is an important step in that direction. With that being said, a joint statement from the AAAC and all its members, including myself, will be sent out to Chancellor's Cabinet for considering the proposal and its amendments and all the consideration and concerns that are being taken place so far. With that, from next week onwards, AAAC will resume its initial charge from Faculty Council. While this was something that was needed urgently, and we'll continue to do that work. With that, I yield.
Thank you, President Bardwaj. Are there any other university committee reports? If there are, please speak now. As there are no other university committee reports, the floor is now closed for university committee reports. There is no old business nor new business, so the floor is now open for questions, comments, and concerns. As I may not be able to see your hand, if you have any questions, comments, and concerns, please feel free to start talking. President Bardwaj. Go ahead, President
You are
Bardwaj.
muted, Mr. President.
I just wanted to point out that we might have audience as well.
Thank you.
We do have one.
I have something.
Director Salim, go ahead.
So I forgot to mention this in director committee reports, but I've sent the director of weapon technology a statement to upload to the funding board website. So I'm just going to read it out. In light of the ongoing COVID-19, the university's decision to move to a remote platform and the stay home, stay safe order from the governor of Michigan, the SOFB will not be conducting any business in person indefinitely. If your VSO requires funding, please contact the funding board chair at musalim@umis.edu regarding the next steps. Thank you for your understanding in this unprecedented time. So it's just to let VSOs know that currently we are unable to conduct business as usual, and if their VSOs really do require funding for something, they can email me, and I will be happy to assist them from there. I yield.
Thank you. Are there any other questions, comments, and concerns? I see Senator Weismiller. Go ahead.
Oh, this one's from Julie. So is there any chance we get like a poll update on the polls, or like how many delegates each candidate has or something like that? Just out of curiosity.
I am not CNN. I make no exit polling predictions.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wait till when? Friday? Monday? Tuesday?
That depends on how the election turns out and what we may have to look into. So stay tuned.
All right. Julie is not CNN. Got it.
All right. Thank you. Are there any other questions, comments, and concerns? I see President Bardawash.
I have a couple of comments. One, I wanted to let Director Williams know that Food Pantry Steering Committee, in fact, did meet this week. So I would request you to please review the minutes or get in touch with the chair of the meeting. Also, I did want to say that with all the communication that the senators or directors might wanting to do regarding COVID-19 to student body, please make sure that any such communication is verified by myself and the vice president, because we do want to make sure that any such communication is also verified by the university communications. With that, I yield.
Thank you. Are there any other questions, comments, and concerns? If so, please speak up now, as I may not be able to see your hand.
Marcus, or Director Williams.
Yes.
I just had a question. I have a comment and a question. My question is for Senator Carter. Do you have any knowledge on when the charging stations were planning to be installed on campus, or is that a campus decision?
Sorry, do you ask when or where?
When?
Oh, no, I'm uncertain on timeline right now. I'm still in the process of ordering them. Well, once I'm certain of that timeline, I will give an update date when I can. I yield.
Thank you. And then my comment is maybe I misspoke about the food den. I just know that I tried to attend the previous meeting and maybe they changed the time or I went to the wrong link. But me and another student tried to attend it. That was a part of the committee. And no one was in the space for a period of time. So we just figured that they weren't coming to the meeting. I yield.
Vice Chair Senate King, go ahead.
I wanted to make sure that if anybody watching, that you communicate with the senators or any member of student government about any concern that you have about anything. That because we're still working, we're still going. Email us somehow at the SG account, or you want to email us individually. We're still working. That's all I want to do. With that, I yell.
I do have a comment. Actually, I have two comments. My first comment is I just want to reassure all the students that the Provost search advisory team is still meeting virtually online, so we are still trying to serve you students through that. Another thing is I just want you guys to know that public safety alongside SIL and other departments are working to keep the food pantry open, and it is actually open. All you have to do is call public safety and they'll let you into the building and you are able to go and still utilize that. So please, please, please do not be afraid to come and utilize it if you are a student who does need food. And with that, I yield.
And just want to
Are there any
clarify, Queen, it's only open Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m., the food pantry.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions, comments, or concerns? As there are no questions, comments, and concerns, the floor is now closed for questions, comments, and concerns. Meeting adjourned at 7:32.